Hi friends, it's Monday, September 22nd, 2014. Lynn and Jamie continuing our assignment. We're in Florida now, and yesterday, after we arrived, it became clear that there was a big meeting happening. All we could tell was that there was a big meeting that had had a lot of preparation put into it. So our assignment for this session right now is to ask to be shown what happened in the meeting, so that our understanding of the instructions is as up to date as possible. We're in one of those smallish classrooms.
Yes.
And there's a projector and the film playing, and this will show us what occurred yesterday, and the film is starting with clips of things we already know. For example, they're showing us the light beings building the huge exit ramps so that all the souls will have an easy way home, and we feel that how comforting those exit ramps feel, how wonderful.
Going home.
Feels great. It feels great. It feels great. I have anticipation to use this exit ramp. And they're showing us again how everyone prepared individually for this meeting that we're about to see the film of, how each guide went into seclusion to channel the instructions that come to them from above them, from higher vibrations than they have. And they would all bring their pieces together and arrive at some kind of consensus. And now the movie of the meeting itself is beginning. Wow! And I see it, people, and now it's like we're there again. I see people coming in and sitting down, and the tap, tap, tap at the podium, call to order. And there's a chart up at the front of the room, and it's like a flow chart.
Yeah.
And here's where we are, and boom, here's where we blow up the things, and then here's the rubble, and now what? And now what? And now what? And there's a cordoned off area, and they're showing like, here's the malignancy.
Yeah.
And the malignancy started small, at the level of maybe 50 biospheres. When we became aware of it at first, it was at the level of perhaps 50 biospheres. And now it has unfortunately murdered this galaxy. The malignancy has murdered this galaxy, and she is now malignant and spreading to other galaxies. And there are also a couple other galaxies in that same situation. It's clear she's not the only one. Maybe 2 other galaxies, perhaps 3 in total. But it seems to all have spread from the original malignancy.
Right, that feels true.
And now it's not only taken down these 3 galaxies, but it is rampaging through the sector. And so now they show how, like with that black cloth, they have cordoned off this entire sector of the universe.
Yes.
And they're going to excise it. That's the word they're using, excise it. We're taking out this entire sector because what matters most is to contain the spread of the malignancy for the health of the universe. And so we're taking this all down, and we need to be prepared for what comes after that. Right away, we need to know what the plan is so that when we arrive on the other side, we get into gear right away. And is that the purpose of this meeting?
Yes.
So it's to hear the preliminary channeling of the plans, and to help the people polish to get a pure channeling. That on these guides, higher dimension beings, have tweaked it on their own, and now they're going to get input from other higher dimension guides, right? To tweak it even farther until they have gems of perfection, gems of channeled perfection, right? And then they put those channeled gems of perfection together, and now it looks like a blanket, or as far as I can see, of gems. A blanket, as far as I can see, a plan of gems.
Like a field of gems.
Field of gems. The perfect plan, the perfect divine plan, right?
Right.
If there were a better plan, it would be the plan, right?
Right.
So they're assembling the divine plan. Whoa! For after this sector is excised.
I see the NGO guy. It's like he's mapped out a chain of events.
Stages of the process.
And each one is outlined on a piece of paper.
What he's saying is the first page talks about how shaky, how it's going to be tumultuous for the parts of the universe that are around a whole sector being excised.
Right.
It's either been a really long time since this has happened, or that's how it feels. It's been a really long time since things have been this bad.
Yeah, on this level, on this
to
scale.
excise a sector. It's not without precedence, and he's pulling out some ancient
Old tomes, big books.
Big books, but they're ancient, and putting them on the table, and there it is. Look, it's been done before. And what we learned from the time that it was done before is how disruptive it was to the surrounding neighborhoods, quote unquote, of the universe.
Right.
And so he says, first things first, we're going to need to soothe the survivors, which isn't anybody in this sector. This sector is to be excised. This sector, now the entire sector has to be excised to contain this malignancy that's so aggressively spreading. First, excise the sector. Then, wash the surroundings with allogel to soothe it, because they're going to be flipping out.
That's true.
And then show them what caused it, because they will be asking, what happened? And what caused that to happen? Right? To show them the films, basically.
Right, films. I was seeing like training videos.
Yeah, game films is what.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the same thing. Show them the films. What happened is we got oppositional defiant disorder going. It's a malignancy, and it spread really quickly on an exponential growth curve.
Rapidly and aggressively.
Rapidly and aggressively, and we had to take it down. We had to take it down, and so they're talking to the survivors in other sectors and saying, so friends, nip it yourselves in the bud. It's like signs you see at the airports. Do you see anything suspicious?
See something,
report
say
it.
something.
See something, say something. This biosphere is one of 50 biospheres who have to take primary responsibility for this entire disaster.
It's true.
And we'll deal with all of those souls later. That's not the purpose of this meeting.
Right.
The purpose of this meeting is how to help the survivors.
Right.
In other galaxies, in other sectors. Angelic is seated. Charlie's here. It can't be easy to be the Christ presence for a biosphere that's created this amount of disruption. And the commander is standing right behind him and to the left, kind of there to vouch for him, you know?
Yeah.
Because it might be tempting for some of these higher dimension beings to discount Charlie's input, right? Saying, well, hey, weren't you the guy responsible for this? What the heck? Right?
Right.
But the commander is right there. Everyone respects the commander. And the commander is vouching for Charlie.
Charlie is talking about plans and planned shifts.
And the importance of realistic thinking and of letting go of wishful thinking, and how his walk away lesson is this: let go of wishful thinking. It isn't going to happen. Timeliness with the decision-making shifts, it's essential, and in order to be timely, it's essential to let go of wishful thinking.
It's true.
And just see things for what they are, and to act without delay. There's a big discussion following his presentation. Do you hear that?
Yeah.
A lot of talking. Some people get up and leave. Do you see that? Some people are getting up and leaving.
It's true. I don't recognize any of the ones who are leaving.
I don't recognize the ones who are leaving, but it's clear they think they shouldn't have to listen to Charlie. Wow.
Wow.
That arrogance is going to come back to bite them at some point in time. It's a simple question of height ratios. Look at their length, because maybe we're wrong, right? Maybe we should be listening to them instead, right? However, it's a simple question of height ratios. Look at Charlie's ratio. Whew. He's got it going. Tall and thin, right? Look at those people. Whew. Nowhere near.
No.
Much shorter with regard to their diameter. I'm going to go with the height ratio. It's a simple question of height ratios. Charlie's got the ratio. I'm listening to him. So I would ask, as the viewer, if it's possible to sort this video by height ratios and just show us the talks of the people who have 1,000 to 1 or better. I can do that. Look at them shuffling the film.
Everything needs to be split up. You can't... This is a lot of resources, and you can't put it all in one place, or it'll just happen again. Everything needs to be split up.
Right.
And scattered, really.
And these resources, it's like the tainted resources.
Right.
They've been tainted by this experience.
Right.
Scatter them far and wide. Don't let them hang with their friends. What they're showing me is addiction treatment programs, and what addiction treatment programs for teenagers.
Right.
The first thing they say is get them out of that bad group of kids.
Yeah.
Right? So this is 3 galaxies full of bad groups of kids.
Yeah.
Right? And to disperse them throughout the universe, which luckily is huge, so that none of them have any of their old friends around, right?
Right.
And then they'll be surrounded by better influences and they'll stand a chance. There's not a whole lot of discussion following that.
Everyone seems to agree.
That's nothing else makes any sense whatsoever.
Right, split it up.
It's like, obviously, split it up.
And now someone's saying what to be done with that space.
It's like it's tainted also.
Right.
It's not just bleach it. It needs more than that. Like, it needs to be removed.
Right.
Remove the space. It's like they're showing me this twisting motion that they can do with space-time.
Yeah.
And that space is gone. And then there isn't even an empty space.
Right.
All the rest of the universe just closes in around it.
Right. That's what it feels like.
It's something that we don't understand scientifically. It's like beyond the blue event horizon. These things occur, but that it's easy from the grid work perspective. You just grab the grid strands, right?
And
just
pull it. Yeah.
Yeah, and poof, it's gone.
Yeah, they're saying that they can't just leave the space. They have to do that.
Yes. Look at, people are taking that in as a new concept. They're nodding, but they have the look of, ooh, I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
And then about sewing, the need to sew them together. To create stability.
Carefully.
Very carefully. To create stability. And how important it is to have the beings that the malignant beings that came out of this sector to be spread far away, like nowhere near this place, far away, far and wide. None of those people will ever see any of their friends again, right?
That's true.
Now they'll make new friends. There will be better influences than their old friends.
That is true.
Now somebody else is coming up. Whoa, wow, someone else is coming up. Is talking about the need to break down some of the malignancies even farther.
Yeah.
To reconfigure certain souls who have gone beyond a certain line. It's like, and there are some souls that can't just be sent away to be isolated, because they will infect.
Right, they will be malignant where they go.
Wherever they go, they are malignant.
That's true.
They are malignant. Souls who are themselves malignant. And the solution to that is reconfiguration. It's the same in the smaller scale as it is in the larger scale. It's just break it into smaller component parts and disperse those, right?
Yeah,
disperse those. And they have a long list. Whew. Here's the list from our galaxy. And those are very familiar names.
The ones on that list, it seems pretty clear. It's like reconfiguration, clean it out.
Right. That's correct.
Right.
Now, that decision is off the table. On to the next. What to do with the lower tier Nazis, we'll call it, right?
Right.
The ones who just gave in to bad influence, right?
Right.
What to do with them? Clearly isolate them from other Nazis, right?
Right.
Don't let them just move to Argentina, right? And how they need rehabilitation. Look at how short. It's a simple question of height ratios. Look, they're all pancakes.
It's true.
And some even inverted into that red blood cell look, where they're thinner interior than the exterior, even inverted. Worst possible look you can possibly have, right?
It's true.
and how they need to it's not be rehabilitated because they've never been habilitated.
Right.
They need to grow tall. We can start now, friends. Just because we're still in bodies, we have a special ability to prepare. We're all getting ready to transition. All of us on this biosphere are getting ready to transition. And the taller we are at the moment of transition, the better off we'll be when we get to that which is beyond the rubble. What they're saying is choice in every moment to simply choose to live the listen up life. What is it I'm supposed to do right now? And right now, and right now, and right now. What is my soul plan calling for me to do this moment? What's it really calling for me to do? Not all the lies and fabrications is the word they're using. Not all the fabrications we say it's calling for.
It's true.
That are coming from wishful thinking. They're showing again the exit ramps.
Yes.
How beautiful they are, and how much care is being given to them, and how it's an all-out effort by all the light beings, and all the light beings are converging without regard to what their typical duties are. Like I see miners building things, like obviously the construction crew is best at it, but lots of beings, all of them, not lots of them, all the light beings are helping.
It's true.
I see some angels, like the angels that we know, look, they're helping over there.
That's true.
You guys are so inspiring. All of you. You're just so inspiring. How can we be of service? We can take the lower ends of the strands and weave them down into the physical dimension. It's like they're handing us the lower end of the exit ramp and like tie it down, like tie downs for hurricane preparedness. Tie it down to the slab. Let go of the past. Forget regret. Forget regret. That's over. All those opportunities have come and gone. All those windows have opened and closed. And what's left in front of us right now is to prepare. The best way we can prepare to transition is to get long. Get long, long, long. Higher into source above. Deeper into source below. Not giving in to the pervasive lies of society. And I see the meeting adjourning. That's what I see, is the people packing up. So we hit the points that they wished for us to know about.
It's true.
Thank you for the confirmation.
Thank you.
Thanks for everything. It's hard to imagine life without you. Thank you.
It is.